welcome to this week's WELLth Wednesday. My name is Joanne. This is my channel, Joanne WELLth. I'm so happy to have you here. This week, I'm actually sharing one of my, the first online workshop that I've actually done. I've done lots of face-to-face workshops, but I've switched to online just so I can reach a wider audience. And what better way to reach that audience is to record and share with you lovely people on YouTube. So that's what's coming up. Please like and subscribe and let me know if you'd like to attend. Okay, welcome. I finally pressed record there. So welcome to people who are going to be joining live. I know a lot of people have asked for the replay. So I'm going to get straight into it, share my screen, and we'll get started. I did say an hour, but it may not take that long. And if you do have any questions, you can pop them in the chat, or you can wait until the end. Whatever you prefer. There's no rules here. So welcome. And thank you everyone for signing up. This is actually my first online version of this. I've been doing lots of face-to-face ones, but obviously we don't all live in the same place. Not everyone can make face-to-face. If you're in Dubai, you'll know that the traffic is terrible. No one can get anywhere. So I think I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 online ones every month. So thank you for being the first ones. And there will always be replays. So I'm just going to start a little bit about, just very short, why I'm here today, how I got here, and then we're going to get straight into the reason why you're here. So if you don't know me, my name is Joanne. I know a few of you we've only met on Instagram. So again, thank you for your support there. And yeah, I'm currently a wellbeing consultant, and what that means is lots and lots of different things. I teach yoga, I sound heal, Reiki, and then more recently I joined doTERRA as a consultant with them. And the reason that I did that was because, well, you're going to learn all of the reasons throughout. But for me, I was on a personal journey from being a yoga teacher. So I used to be a school teacher, and I would say 5 years ago, I really started to just take more notice of my own health. I suffered with anxiety. I had general anxiety disorder. I had health anxiety. I won't go into all of that today. My hormones were out of balance. I just wasn't looking after myself like I should. And it really started to come out in my day-to-day health. Like I said, the anxiety, I think, was the thing that mostly, my normal state wasn't anxious. So I decided, right, I need to do something about this. I was suffering physically, which is why I entered the world of yoga. Decided to do my yoga teacher training for me to begin with. I had no plan to start a business, leave teaching, although I slowly started to fall out of that. I fall out of love with that kind of teaching, and then started to fall in love with sharing more about my story. And every woman that I spoke to, and men as well, but I do work mostly with women, we all had similar stories. We all wanted to feel better. And especially women, we all have or had hormonal imbalances where, a lot of women constantly dieting or feeling tired, heavy periods, light periods, you name it, all the symptoms under the sun. And I'd been there and kind of crawled my way out of it. So yeah, I entered the world of wellness. I left my teaching career and started to delve a little bit more deeply into my spiritual awareness, mental health, and of course, led me down a path into finding essential oils, which I had been dabbling in when I was teaching yoga, but didn't really have any idea of what I was sharing. I was passing people lavender, telling them it was going to help them to let's calm, let's ground. And that was about as much as my knowledge of essential oils went. And then it was November last year, and doTERRA as a company did keep coming up on my social media. Of course, the algorithm is things that I look at. And I wasn't really paying any attention. I was too busy and, couldn't fit that into my life. And I went onto a retreat and I was in the queue for the toilet. And lo and behold, the lady that I work with now, she's my business partner. We got chatting. She was here. doTERRA launched in Dubai. And I was still a little bit like, oh, I don't know. And she sat down with me and did this, what I am doing today. And I was like, right, let me try those oils. And I used them personally for about a month. And it was like the missing piece of my jigsaw puzzle for my health, mental health, emotional health, hair, skin, everything, you name it. I use an oil for that now. And as a yoga teacher and someone who works with other people and advising them, it's so nice for me now to be able to have another option. So, okay, you're feeling this way, go and try this, and also try this oil. And yeah, that's where I am today. And it really has changed the way that I work, that I live, and the way that I look after myself. And that's what I really want to do for other people as well, starting with their health, supporting other people's health, sharing the oils with other people so they can share with people, and just say goodbye to all of the chemicals as well that we pump into our bodies. But I will come on to that as we go through the workshop. So let's begin. And that was definitely over a minute as well. I'm going to flip through these. So the main thing that caught my eye and what made me fall in love with these oils is it made me remember, or even just really put in my face, that we do have choices with our health. And with women, a lot of those choices are taken away from us at a very young age. I think I went to the doctors when I was 16 because it was trendy and literally just asked for the pill. I didn't need it. I think I told the doctor that I was having heavy periods, but no one sat me down at the time and said, this is what your period is going to be like. So I didn't know if it was heavy. I had cramps. I didn't know that that was normal. My mum didn't give me a full blown, period talk, which when I've spoken to women, that doesn't really happen for many people. So rather than the doctor back, I don't know, that was a few years ago, but asking me, okay, so what are you experiencing? What are you feeling? It was very quick. Literally, I want to go on the pill. Okay, here you go. So straight away, the choice of me learning about my own body at 16 was already just plastered over by the contraceptive pill. And I think I did stay on that for a good, not very long. I know people that have been on it for a long, long time, maybe 5 or 6 years, until I decided that let's try that. Let's try life without it, because I wasn't having a good time on it. So doTERRA and using natural oils is giving us that choice back straight away, even if it's all of these years later. So my dogs are just going to run off. Oops, that's it. So I'm just going to go through a little bit about what are these choices and how they're taken away. So the modern choice, or the modern approach, to medicine. Doctors have a place in the world. Doctors are amazing. They've studied, they've learned there's a place for doctors. And I really believe that we should give the doctors a bit of their time back by learning how to look after our own health. In Dubai, it's very insurance led, and people go to the doctors for anything. When I was teaching, there was kids that were just going to the doctors because they had headaches, and the first thing I would say, we drank any water? They would say no. And simple things, but they go to the doctors because it's insurance based. They're given tablets. There's so many tablets and pills being given out, and these tablets and pills that the doctors are giving us are designed to manage symptoms. And again, when we go to the doctor, very rarely, if ever, I've never been asked, how much water are you drinking? How much exercise are you taking? What's your diet like? These questions are kind of pushed to one side, and they treat what we have on the spot. I think one of the last times I went to the doctor, I had a consistent cough. And this was a few years ago. in Dubai. And now I know that I was just run down. It's when I was still teaching. I wasn't going to the toilet much because you can't when you're a school teacher. I wasn't drinking much water because you can't get to the toilet when you're teaching. So I wasn't eating right, microwavable meals at school, and I picked up a cold, couldn't shift it, but because my body couldn't fight it off. So when I went there, he gave me a carrier bag full of tablets, washes, inhalers, just to treat what I had there and then, without actually helping me to get to the root. And a lot of these tablets that they're giving us, yes, they do work, but they are made from synthetics. There's lists and lists and lists that come with these tablets and medicines that have side effects. My father, a few years ago, he got diagnosed with a type of blood cancer. And when he was having his treatment, I sat down actually and, right, Dad, come on, let's see what all these tablets are for. I think he had about 13 of them were for side effects. So one was to make him go to the toilet, one was to stop the cramps, one was to, it was just, sleeping tablets, and he didn't take most of them. But that was the first time I was really shown, wow, look at this, look, 15 tablets here. And his chemotherapy was one of them. The rest were side effects tablets. And just on here, so then the figure 6.5 trillion a year spent on healthcare globally. And are we any healthier? And if you follow certain things on social media or just look at modern man, modern woman, we're not any healthier. If anything, because of the food we eat and the way that we live, we're unhealthier. There's a rise in heart attacks and obesity. We're not as healthy as we used to be, even though all this money has been pumped into big pharma. So the natural approach, the approach that we take if we learn about natural oils and learn about how we can look after ourselves using natural products. The natural products that we can reach for address our body's needs and the root causes. So just to use a plant as an analogy, if you think of a house plant, we have lots, and when the leaves start going brown, I don't just spray that one leaf or cut that one leaf. Well, sometimes I might cut the leaf off, but I don't just treat that one leaf. I'll poke my finger in the soil. Is it too wet? Is it too dry? I'll move it around the house. Does it need more light? Does it need less light? So for my little house plants, I'm trying to address their root need. And that's exactly how we should be looking after ourselves. So it shouldn't be, I've got a headache, let's pop a tablet. It should be, why do I keep getting these headaches? What's the source? What's the root of these headaches? And when we're using oils, natural oils, they are taken from plants themselves. So for me, currently in my little witch room, a little bit witchy, which I think a lot of women are, it's taken us back to our roots of being the wise woman in the village, getting the plants from the garden, having our own herb garden, people coming to us and asking for help and us making, our lotions and potions. That was taken away from us hundreds of years ago when patriarchy, pharmaceutical companies came in and took over. Midwives, the wise woman in the village that I've just mentioned, they were all called witches, and obviously we know what happened to them. That's a different video. So it's taken us back to our roots. It's using what nature intended. All of the plants, well, a lot of the plants, obviously some of them we can't consume, but the planet is an amazing place, and everything that is on the planet is here to help us to stay alive. We have water, we have, if you eat animals, it's not a coincidence. It's a miracle, it's magic, and we need to go back to having that love of plants and using plants rather than all these synthetics. There's so many synthetics in the world today that we can't get away from by making these changes within our homes. I have my little kit here, I carry it everywhere with me. Again, it's giving us that power. Natural oils as well, they're not only enhancing physical health, but also emotional And like I said, for me, my anxiety, the days now, if I do start to feel, it's not perfect, I still have days when I'm off. And, it could be hormonal, or it could just be something that a memory or a trigger that I have days when I'm like, oh, a little bit sketchy, a little bit antsy. Now I reach for my oils. I'll take it with me when I go to meditate. If I'm in traffic, stressing out about being late, I just reach for my lavender, rub it between my hands, and just take a nice big breath and do a little bit of breath work in the car, which I never would have done before. So the lavender oil is supporting that. Oh, that also, before I forget, the side effects. There's no side effects with these. Okay, I'm slightly addicted. That's not a bad side effect, but you don't have to worry. There's not an oil to take because you've taken peppermint to stop you going to the toilet, and then you don't need another one to, there's not a big list of side effects. You can mix, you can match. I probably use 10 oils a day with no qualms. Don't even have to worry about anything. There's nothing to worry about. Let's go through this. And I know it's very different when it's online because you can't touch and smell the oils, but obviously you can get them. So another reason, why I chose to change my whole perspective on essential oils and add doTERRA as part of my business is because of how effective they are. They do work, and I can vouch for that. I've been using the oils now since November, maybe towards the end of November more religiously once I learned a little bit more about them. But some of them have an instant effect. I had a meeting today with another yoga teacher who had knee pain. Straight away, I can reach for one of my oils, pop it on her knee, and it stopped hurting. And again, just neck pains, headaches, they are instant. It's effective rather than taking the chemicals. The oils and the way that they work. So obviously the little bit of science here, we have the peppermint. Now, the reason that they are effective is it's because I won't go too much into the science because I'm not the best at explaining the science, but they take the oils from the plant and it's distilled. So it's the natural oil from the plant. It's the medicine from the plant. These oils are medicinal. So it's not just, taking the aromatic benefits of the plant. It's taking the compound. Obviously, that picture there shows it a little bit better than I just explained. Going through to how they work and why they're effective. So we have this cell there. So imagining that you have your cell. Each of our cells within our body are covered with an oily membrane. Now, that job is the membrane's job is to stop the good things getting out, but also the bad things getting in. And this is where the importance of knowing what you're putting on your skin was highlighted to me. So when I met with Samantha, who introduced me to doTERRA, she actually asked me, would you eat your face cream? And I was obviously, no. Is that a trick question? Is that rhetorical? What am I supposed to say? And she was like, no, seriously, would you eat your face cream? And I was like, well, no. She was like, why? I was, well, because it's disgusting. I don't know what's in it. And that was the point that she was trying to make. And that I was happily just smothering myself in all of these creams, lotions, potions. I think I've probably tried every cream at least once. I had a whole tray of face creams, anti-wrinkle, eye creams, dark spot creams, you name it. I tried it. All of the creams under the sun, but no, I wouldn't eat any of them. And through this image here, so what she explained to me is that there will be some of those chemicals passing through the membrane. So when I was putting all of those lotions and potions onto my face, and years ago when I used to use it even more, and I wonder why my hormones are out of balance, because I'm putting all these perfumes and synthetics on my skin, and they do pass through the membrane. So with the oils, because they are taken from the plant, and because it's the compounds taken from the plant that are medicinal, when they pass through the membrane, it actually gets to the cells, and then it works with the body on a cellular level. So when we're putting them onto our skin, yes, they do smell nice, but we're also getting, when it gets through to the cell, they're working in a different way. So rather than that being a damage, for example, if, let's just use lavender because it was on the top. Lavender is really good for balancing out hormones. So aromatically, it's really calming. But when you're putting that on your skin as well and it's reaching your cell, it's helping to balance out your hormones. So as women, you know, we put so many things on our skin. If there's little changes we can make to help to balance our hormones, then, you know, for me, that was a no-brainer. Peppermint, again, I would love for you to try the peppermint. This is one that when I'm doing these workshops face to face is kind of like the, oh my God. So 1 15 milliliter bottle, or I'll turn this into drops. 1 drop of peppermint oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if you know, you're working on your digestion and you're having a peppermint tea because you suffer with bloating, you're having to obviously take 28 cups of tea to 1 peppermint drop, which also makes the essential oils effective, but also they're affordable in that way. One bottle, 1 15 ml bottle has, I think, 270 drops. And with the peppermint, the first time I tried this, and I was like, yes, no more peppermint tea, no more green tea. I can get rid of a little bit more caffeine there. I put 3 drops into my water and it blew my head off to a point where I had to keep transferring my waters into bigger bottles so I could actually drink it because it is so strong. You just need the tiniest amount and it's effective. There's another oil which is for digestion, which if I know I'm going to have a big meal, so I'm having pasta tonight, I will take a drop before I eat pasta, and it just stops that heavy feeling that has licorice and peppermint in. So it's really soothing for the stomach. So I'm just going to leave this one on here. So it's also safe. So the doTERRA oils are natural, they're safe. And you know, this image here just shows they can be used on children. They can be used on, can't see my dogs, but the dogs are down here. They can be used on dogs. They're safe to use around pets. And for me, that was really important because previously I was using bleach in the kitchen, you know, trying not to spray too much because if it's going to make me cough, it can't be good for the dogs, and, you know, trying to keep the dogs away when cleaning. Now I don't have to worry about that because I've replaced my kitchen cleaners with natural oils. So not only does the kitchen smell nice, it's also safe. You know, if I'm spraying and the dogs are around, I don't have to worry. And obviously, people with human children, it's safe to have around and use on your children as well. So just going to go through this. Let me just show. I don't know if you'll be able to see the bottom of the bottle on the camera. Now, I'm just going to start with the pie chart. So the gold part on the pie chart, so it's the CPTG. Each bottle has its own CPTG number, and you can go onto the website and track the testing that each bottle has been through, see where it's been, and it's stringent, as it says here, third-party testing. And again, this is one of the reasons, another reason why I was like, yes, I want to use these, I want to share these, because previously, you know, I'd go on Amazon, I wouldn't go for the cheapest one because I think, oh, I don't know what, you know, can't be good if it's that cheap. Middle priced one. And now when I still have those oils, when I smell those oils now, I can just really tell the difference in the quality. And I don't have to worry now that I'm sharing these in yoga and sound healing, and I can safely put these onto people. I know that there's no fillers, I know there's nothing harmful, and there's no synthetics, it's just pure oil. So there's nothing at all to worry about in them. put them on my face. I can share them with, I advise other people if I'm teaching or someone comes up to me or coaching, and I will tell them this is okay to put on your face. The other oils I would only ever put on the pulse points because, again, I wasn't quite sure what was in it, and I would never even put it on my own face. So I wouldn't advise other people to put it on theirs. But now I'm just like, yeah, smother yourself. Have a natural oils bath. The oils are also harvested in their natural habitat. So again, just going back to the Amazon oils, where the perfumes or where the plants come from, who knows? You can't track it. With doTERRA natural oils, each oil, I'm not sure if the map comes up now. Each oil is sourced from their place of growth. I forgot my words there. So, for example, the frankincense is sourced in Oman. The lemon is sourced from Italy. What else? The lavender from Bulgaria. And they're actually from and sourced directly from the farmers. So there isn't a factory somewhere growing them genetically and genetically modifying them. They are sourced from small farmers. And again, for somebody who, for myself, who's quite conscious now of, where my products come from, and trying not to buy off huge corporate companies, especially since COVID, and a lot of small companies need people to keep buying from them. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's just going to be the billionaires and the big corporate companies in charge, and the little people are not going to have, a source of income. And that's something which, especially since I've been self-employed, I really try and support other people who are in smaller companies. So again, working with doTERRA and buying products from doTERRA, I know that they're being sourced and they're sustainable, and they're helping small farmers to keep their businesses running. Okay, so how to use. There are 3 ways you can use the doTERRA oils. Of course, the first, aromatic, smelling them, which is, I think, the main way. And when I do speak to people and they ask, and I have oils and they smell nice, there's more to it than that with these. So yes, they smell nice. I have oils that I've replaced my perfumes with. So there's an oil called Serenity, which is really good for balancing hormones. It's lavender and chamomile. I forget all of the plants that are in there. It's beautiful. So instantly when I wear that, it boosts my mood. It opens the airways, so I'm taking in the scent. Now, the sense of smell is one of the most important. Of course, all of our 5 senses are important, but as you'll know, that you could smell something that you haven't smelt for 20 years, an ex-boyfriend's aftershave. As soon as that smell comes past you, like if I smell, I don't know if people know dupe. When I was 15, I used to get my boyfriends, I'd spray my scarf. If I go into a perfume shop now and they have that and I smell that, I'm back to being 15. So the sense of smell is so important because it can evoke memories. And this is where using oils aromatically helps with emotions, because a smell can change your emotion. It can evoke a memory, it can change an emotion. When we smell, it's called the limbic system. So if you think of the area, your nose, and we have a nerve here, just in the bridge of the nose. When the scent hits that nerve, it's called the olfactory nerve. That is when we have a physical response to the smell. So again, lavender is a lot of people's go-to to help them to calm, to feel more at ease. So it's when that scent of the lavender hits that nerve that we get that sense of calm, and then we instantly feel in a different mood. And again, the medicinal side of the aromatic benefits of using the oils, again, going back to being an ex-school teacher, lavender can be used instead of medicating children with ADHD, ADD. And this is something that I feel really passionate about, of trying to reach out to schools to provide, give the school nurse a set of these oils, and okay, instead of doing X, Y, and Z, just take a moment to ask the student to breathe, smell this oil, take a few breaths, and then just see if you can control a situation that way, instead of, how it can happen in a lot of schools now. So smell, the aromatic, is so important. I just want to, do I have my, let me just see, no, it's not on there. So the diffusing as well, I just want to talk about there's an oil called On Guard, which is for the immune system. And when we're actually putting the oils in diffusers, they obviously, when we have the spritz that are coming out of the diffuser, it also kills airborne pathogens. So again, in workplaces, in schools, in classrooms, they're germ factories. But by using these in those areas where there's lots of people, it's again keeping you safe at the root. It's supporting your immune system before anything can even attack your immune system. So again, it's more than just, let's put it into my hands and smell. It's actually protecting your immune system. It's brightening or lifting your mood. So that's aromatic. Yeah, I'll go through this. I've already covered peppermint actually, but for peppermint, again, in a face-to-face workshop, this is where we'd have a really good smell of the peppermint. It is so strong that when you put it into your hands, I always give a little challenge, see if you can smell it for 30 seconds, because it literally blows your head off in a good way. It has that cooling, warming sensation when you smell it. Obviously, you can also apply it to your skin. But again, people who work in office environments, and I know I keep mentioning teachers, but that's my background. If I'd have had this peppermint oil some days sat at my desk when I've been in the artificial lights and on the screen and the noise, and instead of reaching for tablets, peppermint oil would have been such an amazing alternative, just to pop on my temples, behind my head, and just within my hands, and taking a nice big smell, just to give me that boost when you need it in the afternoon, when you've been surrounded by teenagers all day. And I know I mentioned before as well about the peppermint tea being replaced, and it can relieve your upset stomach. The second way that we can use the oils is topical. And again, before I learned more about these oils, I was just using on my pulse points, on my wrists, a push behind the neck, but that was it. doTERRA oils can be used all over the body, and it's actually encouraged in some of the oils to go straight to the source. So for example, I'll share the deep blue because this is in the presentation. It's the natural version of deep heat. It smells much better, but we don't have to worry about the chemicals and the things that are in deep heat. So you can apply this post-workout. This is the one I actually gave to my friend this afternoon because she was complaining her knees had hurting her after she'd finished teaching yoga. I apply this when I'm on my period, whether I have cramps or not, just because it's so warming, it's so soothing. Applying it to your lower back, and just during the day, just for a little bit of self-care, just rubbing it on your shoulders. And it has such, again, warming but cooling sensation, the same as the peppermint. Again, going back to different topical uses, I have left my, I actually have a little bottle like this, but with a pipette, that I replaced all of those lotions and potions I mentioned for my face. So now I use a mixture of 5 oils on my face, and then I just top it up with fractionated coconut oil. And again, I don't have to worry about what's in there. I know what's in there. It's a mixture of lavender, cypress oil, frankincense, what else is in there? Copaiba and clary sage. So now my morning and evening routine for my skincare is essential oil based, natural oil based. I apply directly to my face. I can, directly put it onto areas of concern. And at the same time, I then get all of the other benefits, the cellular benefits from those oils. So lavender is calming, clary sage is helping my hormones, keeping my hormones in balance, as is copaiba. Frankincense is the king of oils. Frankincense can be used if you're having cancer treatment. It can be used to support if you have been diagnosed and you have tumors. It can then also be used to support if you're not at that stage, but to support your health. So again, that's all going on my face in the evening. It smells amazing. And when I go to bed and I'm literally asleep within, I don't know, an annoyingly quick time for my partner, my eye mask is down and I am gone, and I also smell like a dream. So applying them topically. For children, you would apply to the bottoms of the feet. So the skin on the bottom of the feet is the least sensitive, and you don't then have to worry about it going in eyes, or, and you can also dilute it with coconut oil for children. The pores in the bottom of the feet are also the biggest pores on our body. So when we put it into our feet, it's going to get quickly absorbed. So if you do have, I don't really have sensitive skin on my face, but if you do have sensitive skin on your face, the oils will go on your feet. And again, doing that in the evening and just popping a sock on, and it's all part of your self-care routines and self-care rituals but again, not having that worry of what am I actually putting onto my body. And this is one of the main reasons that I was like, oh my God. So I know I keep saying that, but there's so many. But when I learned that you can take these oils internally, because it makes complete sense. So when my mentor asked me, would you eat your face cream? And I was like, no. And she was like, why not? And she told me about that, explained exactly what I'm going to explain to you now. Because these are so pure, because they are plants, there's nothing nasty, there's no fillers, there's no synthetics. Like with anything we're putting onto our skin, we should be able to know that it's safe to ingest. So there's oils that I take internally every single morning. You can drop them under your tongue or put them into a veggie cap, the little caps that we do get tablets in, if you don't like the taste. So the On Guard is one that I take under the tongue every morning. And this is supporting my immune system. Again, there's nothing wrong with me right now. I don't, it's supporting me at the root. So it's not just me going to the doctor because I have a cold or I'm sick. It's me looking after my health so I don't have to go there. And I take this every morning with oregano, which is, I think it's here, yeah, right here. And oregano is a natural antibiotic. So again, at the moment, I'm not sick. I'm healthy, but I take these every morning to keep it that way. So I drop oregano, I drop On Guard, I drop lemongrass, which is really detoxifying. It rids the body of free radicals. Also very good for cellular health, to support and prevent cancers. I take a few. I take clary sage for my hormones, and I think there's another one. Can't think. I have them all lined up in the morning. I'm just drop, quickly rush it all back with water. So again, this one here is the one I was mentioning. You can use it to diffuse and clean the air. So yes, there's a lot of people around, and we use this in the evening, in the bedroom, just to, there's only us two here, but just to clear the air. And my partner's still a teacher, and anything that he might bring home with him. And sorry, I was just going to mention one more thing as well. doTERRA are the only oils that are approved for internal use. So if you do have essential oils at home, don't drink them because they're probably for only external use because of what's in them. So again, that just, I think, helps to highlight the purity of the oils. You know, what you're ingesting is exactly what it says on the tin. So when you're drinking the peppermint, it's peppermint. It's not peppermint with fillers and synthetics and waters. It's pure peppermint oil. But just a little disclaimer, don't go off and drink your others. So I'm just going to go through these next few slides a bit more quickly, as it's going through some more of the products. But the main takeaways there, from what I've just gone through, is that, you know, they're pure, they're safe, they're potent, they're affordable in a sense of, you know, not having to, they last. I've saved money just on my face creams because I'm not having to buy them anymore because they've completely replaced my creams with the oils. I didn't mention as well, but I think this might come up, but using them in my shampoos. I'm currently trying to grow my hair. My hair was very processed before. I used to have bleached hair at one point, so growing out the damage. And I'm actually going to make an Instagram post about this, but somebody asked me a few weeks ago, like, is it working? So I just went through my pictures on my phone, and there was a picture. I took a screenshot from, I did a video in December, and then I did a video mid-February, and I'd had a trim, I'd had my hair cut, and you can really tell the difference by putting peppermint into my shampoo and rosemary. And even just the feel, it's in so much better condition, especially the new growth at the top. Okay, so how can essential oils help you? What time are we on? Okay, perfect. Let me just go through. I'm just going to go through a few of the oils that we go. I'll go through the ones in the kit and the ones that I use as well. So Breathe, which is also called Easy Air. Now, in a lot of places, so if you're watching this and you're in Dubai, you will know that sometimes the air quality in Dubai is not great. And especially, it's been windy today, the sand, it's not amazing here. There's no real fresh air. Before I started to use this particular oil, I would be waking up in the night. Obviously, we have the air conditioning on, 3-4 o'clock in the morning with a blocked nose, not being able to breathe. And it was actually getting, ruining my sleep, because then I'd be awake, couldn't breathe, staying up, trying to blow my nose. When I go to bed now, I pop a little bit of this just around my nostrils, again, because I don't have any skin sensitivities. And it really helps. I don't wake up, so it's keeping my airways clear. And this is also really good to use if you have sinus problems, which I know a lot of people do have. It's really good for what's the word I'm after? Allergies. So seasonal changes as well. This one I think I mentioned. Oh no, I didn't. So this the digestion is for your digestion. Oh no, I did. I think I mentioned this. So this is the one that I just take a little drop of, or I'll pop it in my water. If I know I'm going to eat a big meal or after, and you have that really horrible bloated feeling. As it says here, reduces gas, bloating, indigestion. And if you do feel sick as well, if you have a stomach upset, food poisoning, this is also really good to calm the stomach. Oregano, spoken about that one. This one is I didn't realize that oregano had such powerful healing properties. So oregano is nature's antibiotic. And again, I'm going to make some information on this to share on my socials, because I was reading about this the other day because it popped up on mine. And the antibiotics, the synthetic version, is based on the way that the components of oregano, which I just thought oregano was the dried stuff that you put on your pizza, spaghetti. You can cook with this as well. So just going back to that, you can put this into your pasta and your olive oil. It's amazing. And taking this every morning just to keep that your immune system nice and healthy. You can use it topically. So if you have a fungus or anything that you're trying to get rid of on your skin, your toes, that kind of thing, oregano is the go-to. And again, this one shocked me because I just thought it was, pizza topping. Tea tree, I think, is an old favorite. I think everyone's had tea tree at some point in their lives, especially as teenagers, smothering it all over your face. I also use tea tree now for cleaning. So it's within my kitchen spray with a bit of lemon and the On Guard. Again, what we're using in our kitchens, we are inhaling at some point or absorbing through the skin. And, like I said, I was keeping the dogs away when I was spraying the bleaches. Now I don't have to worry because I'm using my tea tree mix. I do use it on my skin, and I actually had toothache the other day, and I went onto my app because there's an oils app and toothache, and just rubbed a bit onto my wisdom tooth with On Guard, and within half an hour, it stopped hurting. I was just in traffic looking in the rear view mirror trying to find my wisdom tooth with that. Lavender, again, old favorite, but other than creating a calm, atmosphere, putting it on to soothed, irritated skin. So this is why I'm using lavender on my face. It does have anti-aging qualities as well. It can help with, the little sunspots that you get or redness, because as it soothes your emotions, it does the same with your skin. I use this as well every night. Obviously, it's on my face. But if I'm late home from teaching, again, I'll put it I kind of put the oils that I really want to inhale just around my nose, so that when I get into bed, it's just so relaxing. And after a day in the sun as well, after sunburn, if you get sunburn, putting it into a little bit of coconut oil, again, it calms that redness. Serenity is a blend. This is the one that I use as my perfume. It hasn't got the hormone benefits on here, but again, it's that relaxation, decrease in stress. When I'm just sat in the car, I have a little roller that I've made, and it doesn't matter how much I put on during the day as well. So I'm not having to think, gosh, I'm covering myself here in chemicals. It's just natural, and I just all day just spend, I rub it into my hair, so I have the benefits with it on my hair. I smell good, and it's not chemicals. So this is the carrier oil, which is also, I know, saying everything is amazing. I've used other coconut oils, and they're kind of greasy. They just sit on your skin. When I've mixed the oils with the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, so my routine is I'll put on my oils from my pipette and then brush my teeth while they soak in. And literally, that's how long it takes to soak in. I was, again, with the yoga teacher I was talking to today, she has a blend, an oil blend that she uses. And we actually did a little test. So we put one on one arm, and the one that she's currently using just sat on top of the skin. Didn't go anywhere, just really oily. And then we put some of the doTERRA on the other arm just to do a little experiment there and then. And it soaks in, doesn't leave a residue. So if, like me, you are into your nighttime routine, you can smother it all over your face. You don't have to worry about waking up and it's all over your pillow and in your hair. That's what I was experiencing before I, stepped into this world. I thought I was doing the right thing. I was putting all of these nighttime oils onto my face. Now I know, and I can smell them now, that a lot of it was perfume and fillers and just oil. And it just sat on my skin. A pillow would have it. I'd wash my hair and wake up in the morning, and my hair would be greasy because it was just covered in whatever I put on my face that night. frankincense. I just want to share this one, and then I won't go through sorry, I've gone too fast, too many. I'll do frankincense and lemon, and then that should take us up to an hour. So frankincense is the king of oils. This one, like I say, healthy cellular function. This is the one, oh, this is another one that I take in the morning. I don't think I mentioned that. You can use on your face, use in your hair. You can take it. When I've looked on the app to learn a little bit more about frankincense, it has, because it works on a cellular level, it can help to prevent, any growth in cells that we don't want. My mentor had suspicious moles. She used frankincense on her moles, and when she went back to the doctor, she was told that she didn't need to worry about them, just keep an eye on them. So frankincense is the go-to. It's in the Bible. It's one of the more expensive oils, but you can literally use it for anything and everything. So if you have time after this, just have a read, go onto doTERRA's website, type in doTERRA frankincense, and it's all there, everything that you can use this for. And it also smells really, really nice. On a spiritual level, I use this when I'm meditating because it helps you to really connect. It helps you to really ground. So it has that extra edge to it. I use a lot of them actually so for me, I have the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual benefits. So whether it's through meditation, or if I'm manifesting, or whatever it is that I'm working on, there's always an oil for that. And like I said, it's completely changed the way that I do a lot, most things actually in my life. Okay, so I'm just going to skip through these because these are just the information. Okay, so what I'll end on is, actually, I'll just quickly share this because I spoke about it at the beginning. It's just a few slides about changing lives, and the farmers. If you want more information on this, I can actually share this. So if you're looking for, you want to learn about the sustainable and the farmers that they support, it's, for me, again, having that knowledge and that feeling of, right, I'm doing a good thing here by buying these oils. It's not just from some big corporate company. This company is supporting small farmers all across the world. There's also so you might be watching this and thinking, yes, that sounds like something I want to do. I want to support my health, my family's health. Reach out to me, and I offer everyone a free one-to-one consultation, so we can sit down, go through your health needs, go through your health goals, and we can match those up with the oils. I'm there along the ride as well. And again, this is something that I love about these products. It's not just, oh, I work with these and now I sell these and off you go and use them. I come as part of the package. I have customers messaging me like, oh, I've got this, what can I use? And if I don't know, I'll look it up for them. And then I'm learning at the same time, which again is something I'm really passionate about. I like learning. I want to help other people. So it might be that you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, I want to do that for me and my family. It might be that you're listening to this and think, I want to learn what she's doing and I want to share with other people. So there's also that opportunity. And again, this aligns so much with my values, and what I wanted to do when I left school teaching was to support other people, other women, was to support other women in their health and giving them that empowerment back. And now I can also support other women if they choose to, start a business and they want to share this and make it part of their business. So again, it's all of these values that we can give to other people. So if that's something that you're also interested in, then please reach out to me. And again, we can get on a call, we can do your wellbeing consultation and also talk about how this might fit in to your wider dreams, financial dreams, freedom of time, because again, this all comes within this package. So that is that. And yeah, just coming up, done well. I normally talk, I've kept an eye on the timer so I don't go over 60 minutes. I will be, obviously this replay will go out to everyone who's requested it. Thank you for the people who joined live. Please reach out to me if you want to jump on a one-to-one call for any of the reasons I've said. If you want to learn more about particular oils, go away and have a little think about first, I think it's on here, maybe your top 3 goals. So health goals for you, your family, if there's something you're working on, because I can guarantee there is an oil for that, a selection of oils that we can put together and start you on your own essential oil journey. So yes, thank you so much for joining. I cannot wait to hear from you.